YouTube, what's going on, and welcome to the 5th episode of my Battlefield 4 map series. In this episode, we are going to be reviewing the map Golem Railway on the game mode Conquest. So this is a very big map. I believe it might be the biggest map in all of Battlefield game mode, so I'm going to be breaking it down and showing you the good and the bad parts about it. So I'm starting off this game in the jet because it's very easy to go around, and I don't really see a lot of people actually using this to attack people, so I just decided to hop in it and try to go by a land point. I kind of failed because I exit way too early and out of here, so that was kind of disappointing, but it's still a very good way to get around the map and go to a checkpoint that your team doesn't have. Now I'm going on to D, the train, which actually is pretty cool because the checkpoint will move, so that's pretty cool. It's like a double kill right here, looking pretty good so far. So I like how the train moves right here in map point D, so that's pretty cool, but I don't like how big the map is, personally. I think that it's just, there's just too much separation between like D and E, and then A between B and C. Like, B and C are kind of close to each other, but other than that, it's very far. If you're not in a vehicle that can move fairly fast, it's going to take you a really long time to get from any checkpoint that's not point B and point C. So I really don't rate that very well on this map, and I just feel like point E is just pretty much out there. And in this game, the team that we were facing, pretty much the only point that they were trying to control was point E, and it was almost impossible to get past it considering how far away point E is compared to all the other checkpoints. So it was either go after point E really hard, or then we could either just go after point E, or we could just defend all the other four, and it worked out pretty well for us as we were able to defend the other four, but just for the other team, and we could never really get point E, as we won the game pretty easily in this match, but it was still kind of weird to see a team just defend 1 point pretty heavily. But in point C, I feel like point C and point B are the only real places where there's going to be a lot of action going, because it's kind of close to each other. I feel like when there's going to be a lot of campers in this map, and camping really doesn't help you in the Conquest game mode. You're here to capture some flags, so I really feel like if the map is played rightly, it could be a pretty decent map, but I don't feel like it will, because there's just too much campers and there's just too much open area. And if you haven't played Battlefield very often and you hop onto this map, you're going to be bored, because you're going to be running around for so long if you don't hop into a vehicle, and that's just not going to be very fun, just running around these wastelands like I'm doing right now. I mean, if you don't hop into a vehicle, you're kind of screwed on this map, because there are many snipers just sitting right here, as I'm about to get sniped right now as I say this. So like, this map just, it has some good features because of the separation of the maps, and the 5 conquest areas really make it really diverse, and with only 12 people you could really take some flags pretty easily, which is pretty cool. But I feel like it's just way too far open, and there just isn't enough there is too much separation actually between the maps to just warrant this to be a really good map. I just really don't rate it that well, because compared to some other maps, which are maybe have a little bit less checkpoints and are a little bit smaller, and they still have a lot more areas where you can have a battleground, like the next one in this series, Operation Locker, I believe what it's called, the one with no vehicles. That one is one of my favorites because it's really dense, and all 3 areas there are always a bunch of people at, so it's always really good, and there's just a battlefield at all 3 areas. So I really enjoy that map compared to this map, where there really isn't that much. I hop in the jet one more time, as we can see a pretty cool explosion right here for you guys, so that was pretty interesting. But overall, I put this map at 7th out of 10, and maybe it should have been around 8, because I really don't like this map at all because of its size and really just how much area there you have to cover. So really, if you're not like an experienced Battlefield player and don't understand that you need to go into vehicles for this map, you're not going to have a good time on this map, and maybe that's the reason why I don't really like it. I'm looking out for the less experienced players, but even I don't really like it, and I play Battlefield pretty often, and I'm a pretty smart player, so I just don't really like this map as much as I do many other maps. So hopefully in the next episode we'll have a map that I really like, and that will just be a better episode for you guys to watch. So this is going to be the end of the episode. The next one should be out either later today or tomorrow. So hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Battlefield 4 map series. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy it, and also subscribe if you are new.
He didn't eat brains or nothing, but no, he was the first. Lazarus was the first. Reanimator. Resurrection. Reanimator. No, resurrection, reanimation.